Hey guys, happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. I've just had a crazy weekend. So this vlog isn't going to be very long. It's 3:30 and I just decided to start vlogging. I'm totally in my pajamas. I feel great. My symptoms from my second shot have gone away. I got my second shot on Saturday, and it was the Moderna. And Daryl's already had his shots. And Saturday, then after that we went to Sizzler and had lunch. And then after Sizzler, you know, that was like a few hours later, I told Daryl, wow, it's been a long day. I just feel exhausted. And so when we got home, I just flat out started taking a nap, and before I knew it, I was like under the covers. I crawled in under the covers and just like full on went to bed almost. And I felt fine. I was just really tired. And then in the middle of the night, I got up to feed the cat at 2 in the morning, and then that's when I started feeling horrible. Like every single joint in my body was absolutely killing me. My feet, just every joint, every muscle, every part of my body, my neck, my feet, my toes, my elbows, my calves, my arms, especially the injection side. I couldn't lift my arm. I couldn't sleep on that side because it was getting smashed, and it's still a little sore right now. But I felt absolutely horrible, and I never get sick, not like that. I never get the flu. I hardly ever get a cold. If I do get a cold, it lasts for like 12 hours and then it's gone. So when I knew that the second shot might have worse side effects than the first, but I honestly didn't think it would affect me because, or maybe as much as it did, because I'm just never ever sick. I was wrong, okay? I was so wrong. I was so miserable, and then the whole next day I was so miserable, and I started getting freezing cold. I never got a fever, but I was just freezing cold and sore, and I was being a baby, and I was boo-hooing and whining and complaining to Daryl, and he was giving me foot rubs, and I was just the biggest wuss ever. And then I didn't think I was going to be able to go to bed, but I finally got to sleep, and the next morning, poof, I felt great. Everything was gone. So all day yesterday I felt fine. I just stayed in bed though. I mean, I didn't stay in bed, but I didn't go anywhere or do anything. I stayed in my pajamas as like today. Yeah, I just didn't feel like messing around with vlogging or anything. I just wanted to lay around and veg. And today I'm doing the same thing. But I do plan on going for a walk today. I was going to go to the store today, the grocery store, because my fridge is bare. But I never made it there. I was like, nah, we're not that desperate to go to the store, even though my fridge is bare. So, speaking of fridge, I announced in the, on the community board, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a community board where I can just post messages without actually doing a video, and some of you get them, some of you see them, some of you don't, so I don't know what the deal is there. But so I posted on there that I found the stinky thing in the fridge. It was a bowl of black beans. Like 2 weeks ago or so, we had tacos for dinner. I had a taco salad, and I opened up a can of black beans and just used a couple tablespoons of it, and then I just put the rest in the bowl and put them in the fridge. Well, these stupid lock and lock bowls from QVC, a lot of them suck a lot of times. I brought the ones from my mom's house. When I was cleaning out her house, I brought some home that I liked. I have some square ones and round ones. And there's like 1 or 2 in each set where these lids just won't lock. You can squeeze and push as hard as you want and it won't click and lock over the bowl. I don't know what the deal is. And some of you have told me in the comments that you've got problems with the same thing with the lock and locks. Here's the bowl. I had them in the bowl, and all of these would lock except for one. So, and they're really hard, and so I would have to like take both arms and hands and push on a tab. So all of the tabs would lock except for one. And so I just put it in the fridge anyway, thinking I'd eat them soon enough. Well, I never did, and they were in the back of the fridge. And so something said, just check it one more time and see what you've got in the fridge that might stink. So the first thing I did was grab this, and I noticed that, you know, one of the tabs wasn't shut all the way. And so I didn't even open the lid. I just took it and smelled it, and I knew right away that's what it was. And so I opened it up, and all of the black beans were covered in this yellow slime. I'm serious. It was translucent yellow slime. They were so rotten. It was so disgusting, and it smelled like rotten broccoli and rotten poultry all in one. Made me gag. So I'm probably going to throw this lid away and just keep the bowl, because, you know, it's a good bowl. I can eat cereal out of it, or mix in it, or stir things in it, or whatever. But yeah, that's what it was, everybody. So my fridge is clean, and it smells fine. And it smells fine. So I have no food in here. Nothing. I have nothing. I've got this, which I'm going to throw away. And I don't know if Daryl's been drinking it, but it's too sweet, from Dollar Tree. So I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. And these two drawers are empty. And then just condiments. She smells chicken. Yeah, she's hungry. She smells dinner. You hungry? And then on this side, I've got popsicles and pizza, a little bag of blueberries, 2 burritos, some frozen bananas, a few frozen dinners, waffles, tamales, and a little bit of meat. And then some vegetables. And that's it. So I've got to go to the store, but not today. So for dinner tonight, we're having chicken and rice casserole. I just have 2 chicken breasts in there, and oh, I'm gonna sneeze. I think it went away. I have 2 chicken breasts in there. And then in a bowl, I just stirred 1 can of cream of chicken soup and a big scoop of sour cream, stirred it together, added a little bit of water into it, stirred it together. And before I poured it in, I seasoned the meat with a little bit of poultry seasoning and a little bit of nature's seasonings. And I just sprinkled that on. And then I poured the soup mixture over it, and then I'm just cooking it on low until Daryl gets home. And then I have a rice cooker, and I will just cook the rice in that. And that's it. Usually I put it in the oven. Like, I'll put a baking dish. I'll get a baking dish, and then I'll put the chicken breasts in it, fill it with water, a cup of rice, and then put the soup on top and bake it in the oven. But it's too hot to do that. Why do that when I can just cook it in the crock pot? So that's what's for dinner tonight, and it smells really good. And we'll probably have frozen corn, because that's what I like. Mama likes some frozen corn. I'm out of frozen peas. And I'm about to start working on my wreath again. But I took this off the door that was already hanging on the door. And so it's gonna, when it's all finished, it's gonna look like this. And it's gonna look like a big sunflower. But, so I took it off the door, and in the meantime I have something else. But, so when this gets finished and gets all nice and fluffy, I'll attach this to it, and then that'll be my sunflower door wreath, and that's my tablecloth wreath, and I'll put a link below on how to make one. I totally have to cut up another tablecloth though. I have 3 more tablecloths, hopefully that'll be enough, but I've just been putting it off because cutting those petals out is just so time consuming, and ugh, I hate it. But yeah, so I need to cut up this tablecloth and then just start tying. But it doesn't take long once you start getting the hang of it and once you get into the zone. And then the last thing I want to show you, here's the Afghan that I'm working on. I pulled some of it out and I added in this variegated yarn. So I'm just gonna do this pattern, this 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of the colored yarn, and then a bunch of the orange again, and then the colored orange color. So this is my fall time autumn blanket, my Afghan, and this is in the rose stitch. I made this 102 chains, not including the slip chain that you begin with. So, and I'm still using the K-hook. And yeah, I like it. It's really pretty. So there you go. So I've been working on that and this. And that's about it. Here it is, everybody. So I put Swiss cheese on top of mine and then soup over it and got it melty, and then I just sprinkled some breadcrumbs on, or cornflake crumbs, so that they wouldn't get soggy. I just did that last. And it's so good, and I have lots of leftovers. Is it good? Mm-hmm. We haven't had this in forever.
was wrong, okay? I was so wrong.